So with Nico having her mom in town, I've been voluntarily banished to my Fortress of Solitude, which I really don't like calling it that because everybody calls their cave that. That's just too cliche. I really haven't thought of a name for the place yet, so I'm just calling it the basement for now because that's technically what it is. But it's a finished basement. It's kind of messy in here. I've been moving things around and things have been going over here and over there. I've been trying to work on how to expand the place. I'm not even sure if I'm in frame, but I'm just working on how to expand the place and how to stretch out because things are pretty cramped in here right now. So just working on plans there. So with no further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So when you're first come down, you're met with the Adventure Time poster because that indicates that any time you walk down here, you'd better get ready because this is Adventure Time. This is not a place to work. This is not a place to worry and fret. This is a place to unwind, to, wrap up the day and leave it at the top of the staircase and, be a kid again. This is Neverland, I won't call it Neverland because obviously there's some negative stigma with that, but nonetheless, I am a Peter Pan and I will never grow up. So, of course, I've got some other posters here. I've got the Pirates Code. And, of course, you have to have the cat calendar. And we have Patriotic Cat because it is the 4th of July. Some more posters. The coolest Star Wars poster you'll ever see. Everybody rocking out and all the fans doing their thing. And some Tron, Voltron, and a Batman. The Batman is actually from Chicago because, to me, Chicago is like Gotham City. I actually live in Kansas, and I've actually been to Metropolis, so I actually picked some postcards up and some shameless stuff from Metropolis. Metropolis, Illinois, that is. Why? Celebrate altruism and heroism by drinking booze from a Superman glass. Yeah, I got some more shameless stuff there. But starting off on the first shelf, this is just kind of like the first thing that hits you, so I wanted to make sure that there was the most on here, diversity and funness, just to kind of smack you in the face when you come down here and make you realize, dude, you're closer to being in a GameStop than you are being in a basement. So have fun. So to get people excited, I kind of overloaded the pop on this, but I've got some Famicom stuff, Chrono Trigger in the box, Star Fox in the box. I love the Japanese boxes for the games because they are exactly the size of VHS tapes because, and you can see here with the Star Wars trilogy on VHS there. So things would look nice on the shelves, unlike America where it's just like 9 different sizes. Don't get me started on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Blu-ray, DVD, all that crap. And I've got some more stuff here, Tetris, Famicom. I've got Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3. I've got the combo cart Final Fantasy 1 and 2 back there. Final Fantasy 3 in the package. All the packaging is complete for those. And I got some Xbox 360 stuff. And I have a whole lot of 360 stuff. I don't know, maybe 40 games. Some of them here, some of them are spread out. And I've got a real Batarang here, real-ish. That will cut. So I think that's dried blood on the blade from playing around with it. Either that or I was cutting a sandwich with it. Forget butter knives. Use a Batarang to cut sandwich. My old wallet, which is Nintendo prop, so I'm not going to throw it out. I'm a hoarder. There's some Xbox stuff. This is a pretty interesting piece right here. It's an Xbox controller that has dragon shape. It was so atrocious I had to get it. It was just ugly. So, come home with me, ugly thing. It's interesting. Also, cigarette fits perfectly in its mouth. So, you just put a cigarette in there. I don't know if I got... you can, if you don't smoke, you can always use it as a pen holder. There you go. Now my pen will never hit the floor. Of course, some boxes. More Xbox stuff. I've got some of my Metal 10 cases down there. I'm trying to figure out a way to display these because I've got a lot of Metal 10s. I've got some Tomb Raider stuff. And I kind of have to hide the high school dance pad and the Dancing with the Stars. I kind of hide those. I keep spare wires down there. And then on the second shelf here, We've got old computer stuff. So basically half the shelf is PC, computers, old computer. So I've got a Commodore 64 in the box. I've got 2 disk drives there. GameCube strangely on top because it just fit perfectly. A box full of books and empty floppy disks. About 100 games maybe altogether. Some more PC stuff, and then graduating to the PlayStation 2. So and I've got a clone there just because. Oh well, I think I got that for like $15 off Craigslist like 7 years ago. It's weird because I can remember the stories of a lot of these games on how I got them, and then I have trouble with some others, but that one pokes out because I wanted a clone that I could take camping with me. So if I got rained on or damaged, yeah, okay, we lost a clone. Let's just go buy another one, $30. I'm moving up more PlayStation stuff. We get into the PS3 and PSP. I don't have a lot of PS3 stuff. I've got just a couple select titles I like on the PSP. I don't collect PSP, I play PSP, so I only got stuff that I play for PSP. So that's why I don't have a whole lot of games for it. Then when GameStop was getting rid of all their PS2 stuff, I bought pretty much everything that was not a sports game. Well, Virtual Tennis, or, it's Virtual Fighter 4. Yeah, it's not Virtual Tennis. Awesome. American Chopper. I think I got these things for maybe like 50 cents a pop. There's about 40 of them there. And coming up to the top, I've got some Pac-Man paraphernalia. Captain and the Game Master, some interesting things. Spaceward Ho. It is actually Shark Week now, I believe. But I got this just because the front of that box was awesome. There's a cowboy riding a robot shark in a space war. How the hell is he still alive? I don't know, but it's pretty badass, if you ask me. And I have an Art Interactor in the box complete with everything. We break this out when we want to show people creepy things. You're supposed to be able to feel the game with it. And you sort of do. It's got a low-pass filter hooked up to an amp. So basically it's a subwoofer strapped on your back that slaps you whenever a tone comes out super low. So if you play a game with like a lot of bass, you can get a free back rub out of it. But that's all for the second shelf. Third shelf, I had to start kind of using the shelves to store consoles. I've got a couple Sega Saturns down there, some Sega Genesises, a couple Segas, some PlayStation 1s. All those Xboxes, both of those are modded, so they're awesome. And then we move up to the next shelf. So we've got some Sega CD stuff, some Sega Saturn. Next shelf, we've got a Virtual Boy. Got a couple nice pieces here. I've got the Last Story over there. Got to keep it tucked against that so it keeps the case straight. I've got some 3DS stuff and then some regular DS stuff. Then I've got some 3DOs. I keep my PS1 long boxes with a 3DO. I don't have a lot of long boxes. I really love the long boxes. These things are just, to me, this is what made the PlayStation 1, was these long boxes, because they're so elegant. And then they got into the Sega Saturn style cases. I guess PlayStation and Saturn use the same stuff. PGA Tour 96 there is only there until I find a good long box game that has a messed up case, and then PGA Tour 96 is going to get swapped out to the bad case. You notice one of those Wavebirds is missing. I do have a couple sets of Wavebirds. That's actually over on the play area. And then I've got my GameCube stuff up there, and I've got some, I forgot to show you this. That's some more Sega CD, and then some TurboGrafx, and some Dreamcast there. A little Phantasy Star Online, yeah. I've got some, just some decent GameCube games. And there's a Japanese version of Link to the Past right there for Famicom. And there's iToy. I also take this camping with me, so usually it's the iToy and that clone, and we just, they could both be powered off of batteries. I have a little rigged up battery pack for this guy here. Just get some D-cell batteries and sit there and play in the tent. Just put it up on the top of the tent and play some cheap games or whatever. I don't take good games of the woods. Why do I take games camping with me? I don't know. Then we've got some other stuff up here. I've got the whole Mega Man series. Mega Man 6 is actually in the Famicom that's over there. But, just some boxes. My Heavensward box. I love freaking Final Fantasy XIV. I've ignored this game collection for Final Fantasy XIV for basically for the last year. But I've been getting back into it. Of course, you've been watching my streams, hopefully. If you haven't, twitch.tv/EastRollOfDoom and TeamYrod.com for more information. You can also look me up on Facebook as Team Yrod. Moving to the next shelf, we'll start at the top of the shelf this time. I love these little plug-and-play games. They just look cool on the shelf. Plus, they're cool to pull down. These are good camp games, too, or good car games. You know, if you just want something mindless to do that you could kill 15 minutes or 5 hours with. And I've got some Donkey Kong Bongos, some Angry Birds stuff, because it is technically a video game. Star Wars Battleship. I will never open these DualShock controllers, and no, you cannot buy them. Radio Shack was closing down, so I bought every one of them. I opened one, and then kept the other ones in the box. So going to the bottom shelf, I got some Sega stuff complete. I had some decent stuff. I love Sega side-scrollers, platformers, because they are, the guys are always big, so it's easy to keep track of stuff on the screen. It's hard to dodge stuff, though. We got some Super Nintendo stuff. I'm starting to get more and more Super Nintendo stuff. I'm kind of focusing on Super Nintendo, and then I'm going to go to Game Boy a little bit. I'm working on getting what I finally want everything to look like. I understand I can't do it with the long boxes or the PlayStation cases, but I've been investigating these things because it looks just nice and elegant. And I display this next to a in-box Super Nintendo game just because I'm looking at them. The goal is to buy those and then put everything that can fit in them so everything looks nice. Everything will look nice and uniform. The only problem is that, well, you know, like a box of 50 of those is like $25 shit. So multiply that times 1,500, and you can see why I'm thinking about it, because that's going to be a big investment to put everything in those. Then I got to print labels out for those, and you guys know how much ink cartridges are. So that's that. And moving down, I've got some Nintendo 64 and some more Sega stuff. You know, I collect all video games too, because even if they're cheesy and stupid, so I got some Leapsters. I got a couple of those around here. My kid loves to beat up on them. And I've got a Neo Geo Pocket Color, pretty good condition. I've got a Pokemon Pikachu Game Boy Color. Then I've got these things I picked up, which are great because you can just throw all your games in them and whatnot. It just keeps them nice, keeps the labels, you know, keeps them together. And I bought a bunch of these. I have like a bunch of these little plastic cases too, so I usually just keep the stuff that I play commonly out, and the stuff I collect I usually throw in these things. I'm gonna get some more of them pretty soon. Moving down, I've got some more consoles, a bunch of Xboxes, some PlayStation 1s. I have like 20 PlayStation 1s, so I might sell one to you. Nonetheless, you know, some Atari 7800s. This is a neat piece right here. I'm leaning down. So you may wonder, why is there a random yellow package on the shelf? Well, that's just because my safe is blocked, and I haven't been able to put this back in the safe. That's just very special to me, not just the fact that it's valuable, but it was a Christmas present during a very hard time in my life, so I keep it kind of up there because obviously the shelves don't get disturbed very much. And I've got a PS2. I've got a bunch of these things. 6-switcher Sears VCS Atari console. I love this thing. It's nice. It's got the actual Telegames logo on it, you know, because it's the Sears VCS Telegames. And I got a couple of these 32Xs around here and some spare stuff. Some GameCubes down there. I'll move on to the next shelf. I got some more Ataris down here. These little boxes fit pretty awesome on the shelf. So I've got a bunch of them here. Trying to keep them labeled. I keep things separated by console type and whatnot. And I've got some Atari stuff right here. Decent sized Atari collection, not the biggest. I've got some dupes, not a whole lot of dupes. And I've got this thing. This thing's awesome. It's an infrared controller. It's awful, but it's awesome in the fact that it's just neat and obscure. I like it because it's charming. I wanted one when I was a kid. But the next shelf, some more Atari stuff, and a bunch of Game Boys, some DSs. 4-player tap, and then some Atari manuals. And then I got this guy here. This is a Legend of Zelda for the Famicom Disk System. Some more Atari stuff. And then last but not least, my 5200 collection, which is good. And I've got those Curad things for cleaning things. Got some boxes here, some more stuff. Keyblade and a katana. Jungle Hunt. Super Scope. And oh, look, a Galaga machine. Yeah, that's my pride and joy right there. I got a U-Force. It's an long Nintendo controller. It's awful if you ask me, but it's cool because it's charming. Really expensive steering wheel that I got for $4.99 from a thrift shop. And of course, where I sit, the leather futon. It's nice. My Twitch laptop that I use to reply to chat and keep track of chat. Keep the Super Scope hung on the wall, little gun hooks. I've got the entire cast of the Enterprise there, except for Tasha Yar, because she's a quitter. Okay, we'll get that out. Now that I got that on my system. Some more posters here. And then we have the gaming center here. So I've got the 52-inch. I've put this thing together many times. I've drug it through across 14 states, so I'm never going to get rid of it. The TV, another Atari. I've got a lot of Ataris because, you know, they're good. I like them. They're cheap, too. They'll get expensive eventually. The clock, it's blinking 9:31 because I unplugged some stuff, but that usually keeps me apprised of what time it is, so I'm not down here till 4 in the morning because there are no windows. I keep my controllers down there. I've got another 7800 there, a 5200, plus the weird ass hookups. Xbox Blu-ray player, Ouya, Wii, PS TV back there. Then we've got the computer here. It's a i7, 16 gigs of RAM, 660 GTX, NVIDIA Surround, G15 keyboard with a matching G6 mouse. Nico uses that, Heaven's Ward poster and whatnot. And I've got some Nintendo stuff over here. A bunch of Super Nintendos, Nintendos, and the consoles. Some PS3s, some random stuff, some more PlayStation, some Dreamcast, some more Sega Genesises, some GameCubes down there, a bunch of stuff. PS1 stuff, my streaming rig collection, and then actually where I play. So right here is my laptop. It's Alienware AWS-13. I've got the graphics accelerator down there with a 660 GTX in it. Sennheiser wireless headphones. Got my MechWarrior build out right now because I'm playing a lot of MechWarrior, so cool switches and joystick. And I've got some Final Fantasy 14 going on. Inputs for audio, wireless audio transceiver, and then a thing that I can watch my kid when he's taking a nap and I'm down here playing, so I can wake him up whenever, or if he wakes up, I can quit playing what I'm doing, be a responsible parent, go see him. And there's my stream capture rig. Here I've got a Cybermedia Extreme Cap U3, HDMI components rigged up to that top box there, and everything's split so it goes to the box and to the TV, so I don't watch lag when I'm playing. A blood pressure monitor because I play for long stretches and I need to stay healthy. There is my component capture device down there. Composite and RF capture device. It's a ATI 750, and it also does ATSC TV, so I can watch TV. I've got a bunch of hooks here for headphones, multiple headsets, and of course the consoles themselves. You know, PS2, GameCube, Super Nintendo, Japanese Famicom, Xbox, 3DO. This is kind of messy because I'm rearranging it. ColecoVision. I've got a fully decked out Type 2 Genesis with the Sega CD-N32X. My Dreamcast, Nintendo 64 with the video pack, Sega Saturn, some Coleco controllers, and a mess of wires. Of course, I have enough room for 4 to 6 people down here to play. I have actually enough chairs for 8 people, but they're put away. So 2 people there, 1 person there, 1 person there, 4, 5, 6 people right out. And then I've got some chairs and some stools. So I got about seating room for about 10 people down here comfortably. We could probably shove more than that, but wouldn't recommend it. I mean, like I said, there's still a lot of stuff put away. There's my AV stuff right there for playing guitar and whatnot. God, my wife left candy bar wrappers on it. Well, actually, that was my kid, not my wife. British TurboGrafx from the UK. It's what's gray and weird. Made some modifications. I still have the back thing for it, but I just keep it off for the mods. So you like to sit down and play Blazing Lasers while I'm grinding stuff. And then last but not least, the basement closet where we do laundry at. That's full of video games. That's all full of video game stuff. See, I'm running out of space, so that's why I'm moving things around. I use that for transporting my Atari. My friend PJ gave it to me. More video game manuals, books, receipts. I keep track of all my purchases. Some more stuff. Some computer crap I need to throw out. And then yeah, I keep 2 racks. So I got my live rack right now. The wiring's a little messed up. 2 G5s with quad-core Xeons in them. I've got my SAN down there. It's not on right now. Then I've got my file server. I got a MacBook over there. The DVR for stuff. Cisco switch stack with a an access layer switch, which is a Dell PowerEdge 7248 or something. I can't see what the logo is. And I've got my open source rack, which is kind of piddly. Call it open source because everything that goes in here is open source software. That's a Mac Pro server tower. Keep Zen server on it, whatnot. Then there's the rig for the chroma key set, and then some more stuff there. So I've got a lot of video game stuff. I got that. Used to store Nintendo games on it. I'm gonna put all my duplicates on those 2 shelves, and when I get this thing cleaned out, I got another dupe shelf there. So all my dupes are gonna go on the back wall here. This is climate controlled, so it won't ruin them. And I keep a hygrometer and thermometer in here. And then last but not least, a controller. So one last view of the room from here. And I'm running out of video space, so I'll go ahead and close the video. Thank you guys, and have a great night.